Good morning everybody, and this is your SP 500 setups for today. So shorts are still working out fairly well, but we are in a zone of very strong weekly support. So we just pop across to the weekly chart, you'll see what I'm talking about. So we've come through some of these levels. So there's the first tail that we came through. Obviously this one we plummeted through as well. But we have this tail here that we are balancing act at the moment, and that is at 42.72. And just below it, we've got this one, then we've got that one, then we've got this one, and then we've got this level here, which is this swing high here. So I still suspect we're probably going to be targeting 4200. This gap here is going to act as a magnet at the moment. But obviously, we don't just want to be jumping in short at the bottom of a move, because that's how our stress levels get increased. So what we're looking for is the pullback, and then from the pullback we short down to the next level, take profit, wait for the next pullback, and so we continue. So so far this week we've had a pin bar with an engulfing bar, which was a little bit worrying from Monday, but then we got going again yesterday. So I think what we should be doing is just get your 8-hour levels in. So that's the first one I'm going to pay attention to at the moment. And then I just want to see, probably going to have to look, we'll have to look at that one for our hindsight at on the 15-minute chart to see where the entry was. Okay, so let's get cracking. 3-hour. We were in pretty much of a range, big up, big down through Monday. Then you see here there was also some more pin bars here, starting to basically get any of the weak hands worried. And when I say the weak hand, it would be the guys that are short that are a little bit worried, that start getting out of it before they push price down again. But I also suspect that we're trying to build a base here. You can see we've got a bit of divergence forming here. We're trying to find some support to stop the slide. And this would be the most logical area. It's quite a large area. I mean, we're talking about, what's that? 1,300 points, almost 3% move in the market where we have some weekly support. So there's still a lot of money to be made in this zone. But you just want to be short off structure and long off structure if the structure is there. Okay, so having a look at the hour, you can see we started going into what was looking like a range. In fact, I was starting to think it was probably going to form a range there. It was really, there was some bullish structure starting to form, and then we sort of broke the range to downside and came down to the next level, which is 42.72. So at the moment, you have a little pin bar from yesterday as well, so chart's going to get a little bit messy. There's our pin bar there. Let's just get down to the 50-minute, because this is kind of what we should be looking for. Right, so we are in an area right now by these tails here where there could be some rejection happening this morning. I'm just going to do that, and if you just look to the left, just make sure that there's nothing that you're missing. And you can go back too far because you've got the big levels in already, but it doesn't look like there's much here. Nope. Okay, so let's just ignore that. So this is our first bit of structure. We are at it already. I'm not really going to pay much attention to that at the moment. So there's a gap up here. No other gaps. This is the only gap here. We did try to close it yesterday, but not. So this is still a fairly good level. That's 43.05. So 4,300, so 42.99, 43.05. So 4,300 is where we got below. It's a nice round number. That is the zone that I'd be looking at this morning for an opportunity down. Profit taking, you're going to be looking at this area first, 42.87. Then you're going to be looking at 42.72. The 42.72 is a big weekly level. We did get a close below it, but then we bounced off it. So I would suspect we're probably going to have another attempt at it, to either find support on it, or we're going to break through it again. If we get through it again and we have a 15-minute bar that closes below it, then this is our next target to downside, 42.46. Yesterday This was the major level. You can see we're below it. We never really got to it, but you always need to have your levels in play. And you can see, I'm going to put one level here and we'll just move it around. So let's start with that swing low there. See, nothing really. We tried to come back on it here, but if you look at this structure here, you can see we tried to find support. We did find support. We found resistance, a pretty strong level here, and then we had a close above it and we had another close above it. But as I always say to you, keep your three levels in, and you can see there's a swing high and there's two tails there. If you just move it onto one of those, you'll see that your levels are fairly close. I mean, that is engulfing bar, trees at top. So your short was right here, below the 155. That's what you're looking at. Probably a 100-point stop loss. I would have actually just had it up here at a 255-point stop loss. So that would have been a relatively small position for me. And then looking for one of these levels, which probably be down here at 42.86. Anyway, that was kind of yesterday. This morning, this is the zone. Let's just get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one. This is the zone I'd be looking at. So that is 4,300. I'm looking for a rejection of 4,300 for a continuation to the downside, and that continuation needs to be firstly 42.72 and then ultimately 42.46. Stop areas again just above your structure. And guys, trust the structure, trust your stop. If it gets taken, it gets taken. Look for the next opportunity to get in. But I'd much rather be risking 150 points than putting my stop up here and then just waiting for it to be taken out. So if you get through this area, you get out. You can always have a stop higher up, but then the minute you break through this area, get out of your trade, take the loss and move on. It's going to be volatile like that. It is going to start hunting your stop losses. But this 4,300 break is probably pretty critical. So we need to get above it and find support above it before we start swinging this trend. So at the moment, you're probably looking at 42.50 area for your next target. If we get through that, then definitely 4,200. And I have a feeling 4,200 is the ultimate target. Big, nice, juicy tail there. It's also the retest of some structure as well on the weekly. So let's just get there. And you can see it's a retest of this break. You can see this triangle that formed here. So it's a retest of this triangle. If it finds support there and it holds, then you've got another leg up brewing from down here. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. Okay, so short it is, just short off structure. Don't get trapped by just jumping in short when you think it's going to fall to the floor, because it never does. Market always moves in a zigzag fashion, as you can see on the charts. Anyway, hope it helps, and drop us a thumbs up if it does, and we will catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.